Hey there, Alex here. Let's cut to the chase. This is the Redmi 5, Xiaomi's latest effort to make budget devices exciting again. The story of the Redmi 5 is really all about that display. It's 18:9 with slimmer bezels like you would find on other flagship devices these days. The resolution might not be as high as those devices, but it's actually still pretty good looking to me. It doesn't detract from the advantage of being able to fit in more content on the screen, and I do like the switch to on-screen buttons. These changes makes the phone feel a bit more premium than it really is. The same goes for the design of the phone too. It feels pretty nice in the hand because at the back of the phone where there is the most contact with your palm, it's aluminium, but the rest of it just seems to be plastic, so they can cut a bit of cost. You don't get to this price point without compromising on other features too, so there is no water resistance or stereo speakers. Nothing really surprising here. For me personally, it would be great if it had NFC so I could use Android Pay, and a USB Type-C port would be nice too, but at this price, it's probably not a deal breaker. On the flip side, we have features like an IR blaster, 3.5mm audio jack, and the support for dual SIM with a hybrid slot for microSD card, all of which are rather nice to have. A fingerprint sensor is here too, which isn't that surprising these days. What is surprising is the speed of the fingerprint sensor, which puts even some high-end devices to shame. Specifications wise, it's not going to be amazing obviously, but again, it's more than good enough for its price. The 14nm Snapdragon 450 processor is actually pretty good. I would put it maybe just a bit behind the Snapdragon 625 in terms of performance. It's not going to blow your socks off, but it's decent enough for most day-to-day stuff and even the occasional game or two. Just make sure you get the higher capacity model if you're planning to game on it. Battery life has been pretty impressive to me too, probably from that more efficient chipset. A day or two of use is easily achievable. Then let's talk software. It's running the China MIUI firmware for now, so you'll have to manually install Google Play services and deal with quite a bit of bloatware, at least until the global version comes out. But aside from that, the performance has been more than satisfactory. It's more responsive than I thought was possible for a phone at this price, and with a relatively heavy skin no less. App switching works well, and you get some nice customizations for useful shortcuts. There are quite a few useful features like double tap to wake, running dual apps, or locking apps too, so overall it's a decent enough experience here. Which brings us to the camera experience, which is actually better than I thought it was going to be. With a bit of effort, it is still possible to get decent looking images in daylight. In low light, shots are a little noisier and grainier, but still decent all things considered. Also, no video stabilization of any sort, so you'll need pretty steady hands to get a smooth video. The image processing for the front camera is a little heavier for my taste, especially in low light. Dynamic range is not particularly great too. I have more samples in the description below, so be sure to check them out. At a starting price of around $120 a lot of shortcomings on the phone can be forgiven. In fact, all things considered, this feels like a more expensive phone, which is a great sign for a budget device. You even get a free case in the box. I'm actually surprised by how much I've enjoyed using this phone. I can't remember the last time I was this impressed by a phone in this price range. That tells me that Xiaomi is doing something right. Thanks for watching. If you've enjoyed this video, be sure to give me a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. Thanks, and see you guys on the next one.